As soon as you stop caring, that's when you win, right? That's the title of the video, and that's the topic of the video, right? Now, I know you probably seen this before, especially when it comes to the manosphere and I guess, the red pill, um, you know what I mean, content or YouTube or just in general, right? This is not a topic that you probably haven't heard of before, but this is just my opinions and my thoughts on it, right? Especially when it comes to as far as a dude, right? Because as we go through life, you know, you start, I guess, to care about a lot of things, or as you get older, you start to care about a lot more because you have a lot more responsibilities and a lot more stuff on the table when it comes to being a man in life, right? Comes to the superficial, I guess, things in life, and not even superficial when it comes to even the necessities in life, right? Too, right? When it comes to those things, and when you start to put so much focus on it to where it's becomes somewhat intoxicating, it becomes toxic, it becomes overbearing and overdwelling, if that's even a word, I guess, over your life and over your mindset. I feel like that's when it starts to become more distant. That's when it starts to become further out and harder to reach, harder to obtain, harder to grasp. When you start to put so much focus, when you start to put so much energy into it, right? Because have you ever noticed, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, if you've seen other videos of people talking about this same topic, or just in life in general, right? Have you ever noticed when it came to something that you wanted so bad, something that you just wanted to obtain, something that you wanted to reach, something that you just wanted so bad, right? And you was putting forth energy, you was putting forth effort, and you was putting forth, so much thought, so much stock into it, right? Have you ever noticed when you did try to do that and it didn't ended up working out, when you was putting so much effort, so much energy into it, right? Did you notice that the moment that you stop caring, or the moment that you stop putting so much energy into it, that's when it finally happened, or that's when it started to finally go into motion? You know what I mean? This is a good question, even with myself, that I kind of really don't have an answer to, but it's just more so me trying to come across and just kind of bring my own thoughts on it, right? Why is it that when we tend to put so much energy, when we tend to put so much effort, so much thought into something that we wanted so bad, the moment that we decide to ease up on the gas pedal, to ease up on thinking about it, to ease up on putting so much energy into it, why is it the minute that we do that and we start to slow down and we start to, you know, quote unquote, not care as much, that's when it starts to happen, right? In my opinion, I just feel like that's the will of God, the energy of God, and the timing of God being brought in just at the right moment, right? Because I feel like when we try to do things on our own, when we try to, go about doing it our own way and going off our own will, I feel like God will take a pause on our life, momentarily, a pause on what we have going on in our lives, to help humble us and to help us understand that, what, you want according to your life, what you want to be able to achieve and what you want to be able to, gain from life is according and all based upon his will. So he had to pause and put your life on pause momentarily in order to show you that. In order to show you that, the things that you want, the things that you are trying to attain will come in due time, with God's timing and through his will, right? Or just with the universe, right? If you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in the higher power, right? But on here, that's, what I believe in, and that's what I'm going forward with talking about on the channel, right? Just if y'all didn't know, that's what I'm gonna be going forward with on the channel, right? Once we stop caring as much, that's when the higher powers, if that's what you believe in, or God, steps in and lets it happen when we stop caring. That's just my thoughts on it. Maybe it's just like another way, I guess, to think about it. Maybe that's just, it's just like the flow of all the energy that you had, all that flow being stopped and put on hold. And once that energy starts to slow down and it's not as rambunctious and all over the place, that's when things start to line up, and that's when I guess you could think in a more clarifying way, in a more understandable way, and that's when you are able to achieve those things based upon your energy being in the right place in the right time, and you being able to have better clarity and a better thought process in order to get to that goal, in order to get to that thing that you are trying to achieve, right? This probably happened multiple times in life, right? Because in life it's things that we want, right? It's things that we want and things that we need, right? And when we put forth energy into that, we are trying to achieve those things, right? When we put forth energy into that, when we put forth our thoughts into that, when we put forth, our energy into it, we are trying to achieve those things. That's showing that we have merit. That's showing that we actually care and that we are actually trying to go after the things that we set out to do, or that we set out to say we are going to do, right? It's all, a normal thing in a part of life, right? So, you know what I mean? I feel like it is something that's going to happen multiple times in life, because we all have goals, we all have aspirations, and we all have things that we are trying to achieve, right? But I feel like when we start to have such a strong hold over us, that's such a toxic hold over us, that's when it starts to become separate and distance from us. And as soon as we just slow down and we are able to just be in the present moment and let it just go about how it's according to go about, that's when it starts to happen, right? That's when it starts to pick up. That's when the things that you set out to do, that you are setting out to achieve, that's when it starts to happen. So that's just my thoughts on the situation, right? Just me coming across, bringing my thoughts. If you have anything that you would like to leave down in the comment section, go ahead and leave it down there. Let's have a discussion, and let's try to figure out why this occurs, in general. But with that being said, that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. Peace out.